Hi everyone, I'm having the pleasure of meeting Megan Littress, the General Manager of Cafe Marqaux. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, how are you?
Is it okay if I can ask you a couple of questions about your wonderful restaurant?
Absolutely, go for it.
So you're the events coordinator.
Yes.
So could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so a lot of times we have functions,
Mhm.
special occasions, maybe a shower, an office party, and people need their the dining room catered to them, how they want it set up, the menu catered to them, whether or not they want appetizers on the table, they want them to choose the appetizers, cocktails at first, you know, that kind of thing. And so I meet with the host or hostess and plan their event.
Oh yeah, you're the dining room manager?
Yes, I do like to keep my presence in the dining room, especially during busy time. Say hello to all the customers, and especially when one of the events that I've coordinated is here. I like to just make sure all the details that we went over is being implemented.
So tell me about your wine dinners.
Oh, our wine dinners. Okay, so the first Thursday and Friday of every month, we do a 7-course dinner and wine pairing.
Wow.
And so we either feature a whole region, like Bordeaux,
Right.
or we do a certain winery,
Mhm.
like Camus. And so, and then the chef goes in his test kitchen and he has the wines, and he chooses which wines will go with his menu, or he'll cater the menu to the wines that Alex has chosen to use. And yeah, like I said, 7-course dinner and wine pairings. So you get
That
7
sounds-
courses of food and 7 different wines.
And tell me about your bar events.
Okay, so the bar events, they're a new thing that we've been doing on Wednesday nights, and it'll feature a certain liquor, like gin, or bourbon, or scotch, and sometimes we'll play with it like Highland versus Lowlands, or he'll pick a certain distributor, and that one will be different vintages of that. And then we have someone that talks about why that bourbon or that gin is so special, why gin in general is so special.
Right.
And so they're just a fun events that people are educated on the different spirits, and then we have the craft cocktails that we come up with.
Wow.
And Dragon, our head bartender that does these events,
He's amazing. as
Yes.
far as I remember, yeah.
I mean, he will implement those recipes right on the spot, and he's good.
So Megan, it was a pleasure getting to interview you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
It was I learned so much about Cafe Marqaux, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello everyone, I'm having the pleasure of sitting with Alex Littress, Cafe Marqaux. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm well, Chris. Thank you very much.
So I would like to ask you a couple of questions about your wonderful restaurant. Would that be okay?
Of course.
So Alex, tell me about your concept, please.
Okay, well, menu-wise, we are European cuisine and prime steaks. On the European side of the menu, you'll see it's very creative, multicultural in a way. International ingredients from all over the world. After 27 years, we've figured out a way to keep the guests engaged so they're never bored with the cuisine. On the steak side of things, all USDA prime, seared in our 900-degree broiler
Wow.
to soak in all of the juices and make sure it's nice and tender.
So tell me about your amazing chefs.
Oh, Chef Errol has been with me for 22 years. He's was raised in Bavaria by his grandparents on a farm.
Wow.
So he's used to kind of going out and picking the herbs and vegetables and bringing them back to the house for soup for the night, which is why I think his soups are so interesting and creative, because they're not like a second thought to him. It's the star of the show, just like the main courses. In addition to that, we have Chef Juan, who has been with me now for 12 years. He's our sous chef. And between Chef Errol and Chef Juan, they're really a beautiful culinary team back there.
So tell me about your world famous this.
Yeah, that is one of our signature dishes, even though it's a soup. We take such pride in it. You know, even though it's consistent, every single day you might come in to have it, every day it's a different recipe because it depends on the season. Sometimes the tomatoes are more robust than in another season. So chef uses like 3 or 4 different tomatoes to make that bisque.
Wow.
Sometimes if they're like a little bit light, he'll put sun-dried tomatoes in there. And he uses this Greek basil that is just so intense. If you come to the kitchen early in the morning while he's chopping it up, you almost can't walk in the kitchen. It is just so aromatic.
Wow.
But that's what makes the bisque so
Amazing
special.
European flavors. Huh?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Every restaurant has a secret ingredient. Tell me what your secret ingredient, why your food tastes so amazing.
Well, I know you've tried the food, so
It's
if I
amazing.
told you cream and butter, you'd probably say, well, that's not a secret, because
Right.
I can taste that. So if I'd have to come up with a secret, I'd say olive oil.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, chef uses, Italian olive oil, Greek olive oil, Spanish olive oil. It's what makes the crab cakes taste so rich. It's what makes the Caesar dressing taste so deep and bright.
Yes.
And our tomato basil bisque is what makes that pop.
Alex, you have an exquisite staff. I've been to many five-star restaurants, but this was the best experience I ever had. Tell me what's your secret.
Ooh, you know, our servers have been with me for 5 years, 10 years, some of them 15 years. They really are career professional servers. It's like this is already what they want to do when they grow up.
Right.
They kind of sleep, eat, and breathe fine dining. They're always doing research on spirits, on wine, on food. Their whole life is centered around just exceeding the guests' expectations every time they come.
And they truly do that here. They really do. Alex, it was a pleasure talking about Cafe Marqaux. I've learned so much about your wonderful restaurant. Your food is amazing. Could you tell everyone at home how they can find out about you on the web and your location, please?
Absolutely. Our website is marqaux.com, margaux.com.
And what's your phone number here?
Oh, phone number 321-639-8343.
And your wonderful address in Cocoa Village here.
220 Brevard Avenue, Cocoa, Florida, 32922.
Again, Alex, it was my pleasure. Thank you so much. I love your restaurant, love your food. It's the best.